Hey guys, so we are jumping right back into the part 2 of this little segment on energies that you'll be bringing balance to in the coming week. So we did Sagittarius and we're about to get into Capricorn. So we're on Capricorn. Okay, what is Capricorn bringing balance to this week? Clarify the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, yeah. So this is pertaining to sort of the energy and the effort you're putting into setting boundaries and actually like sticking to them. Like really upholding them. So let's look at the current energy that you're in. You're taking a break from some kind of situation with another party. You're contemplating I'm hearing like values of it. You're contemplating the terms of the situation. Yeah, I'm seeing this like sword in this guy's bed, in his like little safe space. It's like the terms, you're not okay with the terms. There's something about the way that this situation is set up that is painful for you. So you're kind of contemplating like what boundaries you need to set, if there are any. You're contemplating which boundaries you need to set to tend to the painful side of this, and sort of trying to weigh out if those boundaries that you need to implement are compatible with this situation. That's kind of what I'm getting. Which is great, you know? That's like the most beautiful thing about the boundaries, is like they do protect you and they save you a lot of time, in that you're not sitting there waiting for somebody to treat you in a way that is not painful to you, when that's not really on their program. You know what I'm saying? It's not, they're not, whatever. So what is the energy shift that is allowing for this balance to be brought? Yeah, so what I feel like you're gonna realize as you sort of sit with these kind of boundaries that you're gonna need to set to make this less painful, is that this person, I don't want to say that they like hurting you, but they like the way that the situation is set up right now. And I think that that's really going to turn you off from the entire thing. I'm actually kind of seeing a little bit of like a breakup here that has already taken place. Or like a, you know, a separation of some kind that's already taken place. But like you are resistant to it. So it's almost like you're finding these new boundaries so that you're not manifesting the literal exact same thing, which is like a painful setup with another person. I don't know. You're just really, by identifying the specific boundaries, you're able to identify what it is that you're actually like looking for. And that's going to help you to see this like separation as like kind of a gift from the universe. And I see it kind of going down a little bit easier. So, I mean, that's exciting. Sometimes like a loss, you know, can help you to refine the thing that it is that you're actually looking for. And in doing that, sometimes you realize that like the thing that you lost wasn't anywhere near that anyway. So yeah, we'll stop there. I hope this was helpful. I'm hearing it again. Just really focus on those boundaries. Keep contemplating, move through that pain. And be hopeful that like in being clear about those boundaries and like in articulating them in the future, you aren't going to be re-experiencing the same thing over and over and over again. Like they actually do have an impact on like your overall well-being. You know, the health of your environment. Okay, so we'll move into Aquarius. Feeling like an intrusive thought kind of energy. I don't know if that's just me or if that's related to Aquarius at all. What energy is Aquarius bringing balance to in the coming week? Nice. Looking at the Star card with the Justice card. Which in itself is giving like balance restored. Okay, so what I'm getting from that is like, this is actually something that you restored a long time ago. So to see it actually play out in your life now is a little bit, I don't want to say overdue, but you're expecting to experience this sooner after you did whatever you needed to do to bring balance to whatever this is. So let's look into your current energy space. Okay, so what I'm actually getting is that like you recognized where balance needed to be brought to a situation, but the cycle wasn't totally complete. But in the coming week, you're gonna see that. So with the Wheel of Fortune reversed, 10 of Cups, Hermit. It's like you're putting off some kind of like the Hermit in this context is giving contemplative, but not because you need to contemplate a situation, more so I know what I need to do. I have to do it alone. I don't necessarily want to do it alone. That kind of a thing. I'll get to it later. Maybe there's another way. I'm hearing stepping on your own feet. Okay, what is the energy shift happening? Yeah, it's just I think of recognition that like you have been avoiding doing the thing that you needed to do. You know, taking that initiative as far as bringing that balance goes. It's giving a little bit like, I shouldn't have to be the one to do this. But somehow it is the thing that you need to be doing. And I just see you kind of like getting to a point where you kind of regret having avoided this for so long. And ultimately, taking your own path. Even if you do go reluctantly, like, you're going toward, you know, that star and justice energy. I mean, that's ideal. That's beautiful. You know, and I think that there is a little bit of an element of trust here. You know, this guy walking away, he doesn't have much. But he is moving in the direction of cups. So, like, kind of this, like, knowing, this trust that, like, this really is the way to that balance, to a situation that's just could have, should have been balanced a long time ago. Anything else for Aquarius? Yeah, so maybe there's something about, like, excessive control. So, like, maybe you try to make this Eight of Cups energy, this walking away, this separation, happen in a different way that required of you to control so many more moving parts than you would if you were just accountable for the actions you were taking and, you know, letting the situation be what it is and just moving on to go find another one. So there's a recognition of that. And I think that that's going to help you, because when you take those two options of either sticking around, trying every other approach that requires of you to micromanage every detail of whatever this imbalanced situation was, or simply just walking away from it and finding something more balanced. I mean, as far as, like, energy goes, and just, this seems way less exhausting, way less emotionally taxing with the Nine of Cups in reversed. Than sticking around. So whatever that means, I do kind of feel like sticking around or leaving will be more metaphorical in some contexts as opposed to others. But take it as you will. I hope that this was helpful. We'll move into Pisces. I'm just going to explain what I'm experiencing right now because maybe it's relevant. I don't know. So a bunch of people are like getting home from school, and there's like someone at the park that looks like an ex. I'm most certain it's not that, but like, just if that's relevant for Pisces. It's actually very Pisces energy, so love Pisces. Just like the nostalgia and all that. Oh my. And a man just like got really close to my door just now. A lot of like hesitant transitional wanting to do what you got to do, but not wanting to step on any toes, make anyone uncomfortable is kind of what I'm getting. So what energy is Pisces bringing balance to this week? Looking at the world with the Eight of Swords in reverse. Okay. So I'm seeing a chapter that's been closed out. That ironically like made you feel stuck, or maybe you were stuck on the ending or the closing of that chapter. Eight of Swords reversed is clarified by the Nine of Pentacles, the Five of Swords, and the Temperance card reversed. It's kind of giving like standing in your own way. Let's just go ahead and look at your current energy. It's a little bit of this like willingly clinging to something that's not in resonance. And I say that because of the Queen of Wands in reversed. I'm just seeing all these like people behind her. They're all kind of one shade, and she's got all this like vibrant energy going on, but she's in the reverse because she's like sticking around with them anyway. it's not very empowered, but it's wearing like a very empowered, excited, I'm happy to be here kind of a mask. Okay, what's the energy shift happening this week that will bring balance to it's reminding me of Aquarius a little bit, where like, as far as the element of like not wanting to go alone, it's like settling energy a little bit. Two pigeons. I'm seeing two pigeons. I don't know what the pigeon symbolizes necessarily. Something pertaining to community. I'm hearing birds of a feather flock together. I think this is just kind of alluding to with the Death card in reversed paired with the Ten of Wands, you get tired of your own shit, where you're sticking with something that isn't in resonance because you don't want to be alone. But then feeling alone because you're surrounded by things that aren't actually on your level or like in resonance with you. So could be like a pride thing. With the Strength card in reversed. I think there's like this narrative in your head, Pisces, where you're like, I'm warm, I'm emotional, I am loving, you know, like knowing that you embody Queen of Cups energy, where you're compassionate and you're patient and you have so much love to give, that why should I go alone? Why should I be alone as I close out this chapter and go into the next one? But it's almost like with the two pigeons, I'm kind of getting like your people, like your true people who are in alignment with you, are not afraid to go alone. So to match their frequency, to be able to connect with them, find them, identify them when they're right in front of you, you also have to embody that energy, right? Because we attract what we are. So you have to go alone, as to say to the universe, I'm not afraid to go alone. And on that other side is when you will find people who are also not afraid to go alone. You know, people who aren't these background people, right? Who are like all the same color, who are all just kind of doing what everyone else is doing because that feels safer. That's not you, so you gotta act like that's not you, right? You gotta actually live up to that value. That's kind of what I'm getting. There's nothing embarrassing or shameful about going alone. I kind of want to look into like, what is the belief there? Like, I guess like that people are alone, or people who are alone, you know, can't be with other people. They don't have the capacity. They don't have the warmth. They don't have the compassion. They're alone because they manifested their loneliness. So there's something about that belief that is keeping you stuck, that is making like isolation, and that is making your experiences of solitude shameful for you, when they're not. I mean, like, that is it's distracting you from like doing things for yourself. This is your life. And when you need another party to validate or inspire, you know, your next move, you really give your power away, and you're not making moves, and you're not making plans according to what is in alignment with you. You're then doing it for the other person, which is why you have to do this next chapter by yourself, so that you can also align with people who are meant to cross your path, in their own solitude. Something there about that. I'll meditate on that a little bit. Well, so we did skip Aries, or like whatever. We started with Taurus, so we're going to go from Pisces to Aries. Aries is like, all right, hit me, I'm ready. Like preparing for a roast, I feel. Which is never what I'm trying to do here. I feel like I try to relay the messages effectively but gently, so I feel guided to look at that. It's the Four of Swords. Okay. Yeah, that waiting. What energy is Aries bringing balance to in the coming week? Avoiding rest. Avoiding time with yourself to process or meditate on the things that may be distracting you or pulling from your energy. You know, definitely like a need to go within, that you are not tending to. So current energy. Very disillusioned to give into some kind of stalemate, some kind of like stagnation in your life. So what I'm kind of getting from this is like something in your life is not moving. Something is staying the same. Something is keeping you stuck. And sort of the way out is through this like moment of pause, this moment with yourself. Well, first of all, you are able to acknowledge what that is not moving, that you are expecting to see move. But just with the Ten of Cups in reverse, that like disillusionment, I'm almost kind of getting that like maybe it just feels counterintuitive, like needing to be still to see things move for you again. You know, I think meditation can be a little bit counterintuitive. But just like really not buying it at this time. So what is the energy shift that is happening in the coming week? Just kind of getting tired of not really having like, not wanting to control a situation so much. I think that like it's kind of giving burnout, but in the best way, because no one needs to be controlling a situation with this energy. This is like selfish, micromanagey, controlling things that are not in your control. So that's just like exhausting. So I do see you kind of exhausting yourself in the coming week and sort of forcing yourself into this space of rest where your truths will come out and you'll be able to kind of see and better identify like what it is that you want to move, what it is that, you know, that is keeping you stuck. So I do see this, you know, kind of happening very organically by way of that burnout. But yeah, pay attention to what comes up for you after that. You know, once you do give into that rest, is kind of what I'm getting. And that will help you move forward out of this Two of Swords. And then after that, remember what that rest did for you. Even though it does feel a little counterintuitive. That time by yourself, that time not really doing anything at all. Is just, it's imperative to any kind of progression forward. Anyway, that being said, I enjoyed this little segment of energies that will be brought to balance. So if you guys liked it, let me know. Any kind of feedback is great, good, bad. But yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.